What's up everybody, and thank you for joining me for another video. My name is Whack4863, but you can call me Whack. In this video, I'm going to cover Star Metal. Now, it's been a few years since I've done a Star Metal guide, and there have been a couple of changes. So, I figured I would come on and make another complete guide for Star Metal, and hopefully this will help you out in your gameplay. Now, before you head out on your journey to get Star Metal, it's important to know that there is an outer shell that must be cracked on the Star Metal before you can harvest it. In order to do that, you're going to need an explosive jar, a demon fire orb, or explosive arrows. You can also use the new magic ability, Mass Call, in order to break open and harvest the Star Metal orb. But no matter what, you do need a way to get through that outer shell, and my recommendation is going to be the explosive arrows because they happen to be the cheapest and the lightest for you to carry with you, and it only takes one explosive arrow to break that shell. There's also been a change to what level pick you need to use in order to harvest Star Metal. Anything below the tier of hardened steel will not harvest the Star Metal. It will simply break it, and you will not get any of those resources in your inventory. The picks that work are hardened steel, obsidian, Star Metal, black ice, eldarium, acaronian, or the black blood pick. You can also use your arcane staff if you have the Mass Call ability, but you will need to have 20% corruption and a cloth pouch to do so. You should also know that if you use the arcane staff to harvest the Star Metal, it will not produce as much Star Metal as you can get with a pick, especially if you're using the harvesting attributes in the skill tree. Now, Star Metal in the Exiled lands is found in the north. So you can see on the map, the highlighted areas are areas where I've found Star Metal on a regular basis. Now, Star Metal falls at random, and it can be very difficult to get Star Metal in a solo game. If you're having trouble finding it, I recommend building a base up in the area of the Mounds of the Dead and hanging out in that area until you hear the Star Metal fall. Once you hear that Star Metal fall, don't run away from that area. You need to go and harvest it right away. If you unload those chunks of the map, then that Star Metal is going to disappear and you're going to have to start all over waiting for it to fall. If you're on a server, it's pretty easy. Just run up there and take a look around. If you don't see any, there's just an amount of time that you have to wait in order for that to fall again. But servers don't have the issue of that Star Metal unloading if you go to another area. I also don't recommend building in the areas where Star Metal falls because if Star Metal hits your base, it will do damage to your base. Star Metal doesn't care how much hit points your base has. It will reach its destination on the mesh no matter what is in front of it. So even if you have just a massive build with a bunch of hit points, a bunch of gates, a map, all that stuff, it's going to go all the way through that no matter what and reach its destination in the mesh. On the Isle of Sipta, you'll find Star Metal localized around the center tower. Now these, I believe, are no build areas, so you really don't have to worry about Star Metal crushing your base because I'm pretty sure you can't build in these areas anyway. It doesn't matter which map you're playing on, both of these areas happen to be the colder areas of the map. So when you are headed to these areas, when you're going to get Star Metal, you want to make sure that you have spiced food with you or that you are in gear that's going to protect you from those elements. Now, if you're looking to get the best possible yield from harvesting Star Metal, what you're going to want to do is get the Black Blood pick, then put the Oil of Bounty on that pick. And additionally, you want to grab the second perk in expertise, and you're going to choose the final hit when harvesting grants twice as many resources. That's really going to boost the amount of Star Metal you're getting from each node. Star Metal ore is melted down into bars in the furnace. So whatever level furnace you have, put the Star Metal ore in there. You're also going to need to put black ice and brimstone in the furnace so that it'll process into bars. You'll need 2 Star Metal ore, 1 black ice, and 1 brimstone to produce every Star Metal bar. And the process of melting the ore into bars can be sped up with a named thrall and the best possible furnace that you can craft. Hopefully you've actually watched this video, because anywhere where there was B-roll that I put into the video are actual locations where I found star metal on the Exiled Lands map. You can also find a lot of black ice in this area if you need that for smelting. Just make sure you come up here with a way to carry it all back, so bring a horse or a thrall with you. That way you don't have to leave without harvesting absolutely everything. Bonus tip for those of you that play solo: if you're having a hard time getting the star metal to spawn or fall, don't worry, there's still a way that you can get star metal bars. The easiest way is actually going to be just to go down to the Mounds of the Dead, find the tier 1 thralls, put them through your wheel, and then once you pull them out of the wheel, they will have star metal weapons on them. You can then break these down in the dismantling bench for star metal bars. The same can be done with a lot of the legendary weapons on the Isle of Sipta and the Exiled Lands map. When you unlock the skeleton key chest, if it's a legendary weapon that you don't want, you're not interested in it, go ahead and throw that in the dismantling bench, and many of them break down into star metal bars. I want to know in the comment section below, what's your favorite setup for going out and hunting star metal? I'd like to thank all my YouTube members for your continued support. Y'all are absolute legends. If you'd like to become a legend, there's a button that says join on this page. Click that for details. There's 2 videos on the screen. Click one of those to watch next, and I'll meet you over there.